Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 5, Book 59, number 500. Narrated by Nafi. The people used to say that Ibn Umar had embraced Islam before Umar. This is not true. What happened is that Umar sent Abdullah to bring his horse from an Ansari man so as to fight on it. At that time the people were giving the pledge of allegiance to Allah's apostle near the tree, and Umar was not aware of that. So Abdullah bin Umar gave the pledge of allegiance to the Prophet, and went to take the horse and brought it to Umar. While Umar was putting on the armor to get ready for fighting, Abdullah informed him that the people were giving the pledge of allegiance to Allah's apostle beneath the tree. So Umar set out and Abdullah accompanied him till he gave the pledge of allegiance to Allah's apostle, and it was this event that made people say that Ibn Umar had embraced Islam before Umar. Abdullah bin Umar added, the people were along with the Prophet on the day of Al-Hudaybiyah spreading in the shade of the trees. Suddenly the people surrounded the Prophet and started looking at him. Umar said, "O Abdullah, go and see why the people are encircling Allah's apostle and looking at him." Abdullah bin Umar then saw the people giving the pledge of allegiance to the Prophet. So he also gave the pledge of allegiance and returned to Umar, who went out in his turn and gave the pledge of allegiance to the Prophet. Volume 5, Book 59, number 501. Narrated by Abdullah bin Abi Awfa. We were in the company of the Prophet when he performed the Umrah. He performed the Tawaf and we did the same. He offered the prayer and we also offered the prayer with him. Then he performed the Sa'i between Safa and Marwa and we were guarding him against the people of Mecca so that nobody should harm him. Volume 5, Book 59, number 502. Narrated by Abu Wa'il. When Sa'al bin Hunayf returned from the Battle of Siffin, we went to ask him as to why he had come back. He replied, "You should not consider me a coward, but blame your opinions. I saw myself on the day of Abu Jandal, inclined to fight, and if I had the power of refusing the order of Allah's apostle then I would have refused it, and fought the infidels bravely. Allah and his apostle know what is convenient better. Whenever we put our swords on our shoulders for any matter that terrified us, our swords led us to an easy agreeable solution before the present situation of disagreement and dispute between the Muslims. When we mend the breach in one side, it opened in another, and we do not know what to do about it." Volume 5, Book 59, number 503. Narrated by Ka'b bin Ujra. The Prophet came to me at the time of Al-Hudaybiyah pledge while lice were falling on my face. He said, "Are the lice of your head troubling you?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Shave your head and fast for 3 days. Or feed 6 poor persons, or slaughter a sheep as sacrifice." The sub-narrator, Ayub said, "I do not know with which of these 3 options he started." Volume 5, Book 59, number 504. Narrated by Khabib bin Ujra. We were in the company of Allah's apostle at Al-Hudaybiyah in the state of Ihram and the pagans did not allow us to proceed to the Kaaba. I had thick hair and lice started falling on my face. The Prophet passed by me and said, "Are the lice of your head troubling you?" I replied, "Yes." The sub-narrator added, "Then the following divine verse was revealed. And if any one of you is ill or has an ailment in his scalp, necessitating shaving, must pay a ransom, feeder, of either fasting or feeding the poor, or offering a sacrifice." 2.196. Volume 5, Book 59, number 505. Narrated by Anas. Some people of the tribe of Ukl and Urayna arrived at Medina to meet the Prophet and embraced Islam and said, "O Allah's Prophet, we are the owners of milch livestock, i.e. Bedouins, and not farmers, i.e. countrymen. They found the climate of Medina unsuitable for them. So Allah's apostle ordered that they should be provided with some milch camels and a shepherd, and ordered them to go out of Medina and to drink the camels' milk and urine, as medicine. So they set out, and when they reached Al-Hara, they reverted to heathenism after embracing Islam, and killed the shepherd of the Prophet and drove away the camels. When this news reached the Prophet, he sent some people in pursuit of them. So they were caught and brought back to the Prophet. The Prophet gave his orders in their concern. So their eyes were branded with pieces of iron, and their hands and legs were cut off, and they were left away in Hara till they died in that state of theirs. See Hadith 234 Volume 1. Volume 5, Book 59, number 506. Narrated by Abu Raja. The freed slave of Abu Kilaba, who was with Abu Kilaba in Sham, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, consulted the people, saying, "What do you think of Qasama?" They said, "It is a right judgment, which Allah's apostle and the caliphs before you acted on." Abu Kilaba was behind Umar's bed. Anbasa bin said, "But what about the narration concerning the people of Uraina?" Abu Kilaba said, "Anas bin Malik narrated it to me, and then narrated the whole story." Volume 5, Book 59, number 507. Narrated by Salama bin al-Aqwa. Once I went, from Medina, towards Al-Ghaba, before the first adhan of the Fajr prayer. The she-camels of Allah's apostle used to graze at a place called Dhi Karad. A slave of Abdur Rahman bin Auf met me on the way, and said, "The she-camels of Allah's apostle had been taken away by force." I asked, "Who had taken them?" He replied, "The people of Ghatafan." I made 3 loud cries to the people of Medina, saying, "O Sabaha!" I made the people between the 2 mountains of Medina hear me. Then I rushed onward and caught up with the robbers while they were watering the camels. I started throwing arrows at them as I was a good archer, and I was saying, "I am the son of Al-Aqwa, and today will perish the wicked people." I kept on saying like that till I restored the she-camels of the Prophet. I also snatched 30 burda, i.e. garments, from them. Then the Prophet and the other people came there, and I said, "O Allah's Prophet, I have stopped the people of Ghatafan from taking water, and they are thirsty now. So send some people after them now." On that the Prophet said, "O the son of Al-Aqwa, you have overpowered them, so forgive them." Then we all came back, and Allah's apostle seated me behind him on his she-camel till we entered Medina. Volume 5, Book 59, number 508. Narrated by Suwaid bin an-Nu'man. I went out in the company of the Prophet in the year of Khaybar, and when we reached As-Saba, which is the lower part of Khaybar, the Prophet offered the Asr prayer and then asked the people to collect the journey food. Nothing was brought but sawik, which the Prophet ordered to be moistened with water, and then he ate it, and we also ate it. Then he got up to offer the Maghrib prayer. He washed his mouth, and we too washed our mouths, and then he offered the prayer without repeating his ablution.